Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. That was a little awkward of a start. Sorry. But today on this art marketing video, I'm going to tell you, or share with you, I guess, a little bit about the business of YouTube and how you can use YouTube as an artist and a crafter to help build your business. Now, when I started, it was 5 years ago. YouTube was a lot smaller. It was a lot of funny pet videos and old music videos and commercials and, you know, just weird stuff on YouTube, just kind of, just random weird things. I had a blog for a couple of years, and previously to closing my art studio where I taught about 5 classes a week to stay home and raise my children, I had been a DJ on the radio. So I was used to talking and I was used to teaching. So I figured having a YouTube channel was going to be kind of a marriage of both of my passions, talking and teaching. Oh boy. And also I was missing the community that I had around my art studio because it was so nice to be sharing with people every day. And I thought if I could do this here and reach everybody that wants to learn for free, it would just be such a wonderful thing. And so that's why I started my YouTube channel. So my first tip, if you're looking to start a YouTube channel, is not to do it because you want to be rich or famous. Do it because you want to share what it is you do. That's the most important reason to start a YouTube channel, I think. So when I started, I already had a blog. I'd started a blog a couple years earlier, and it had been fairly popular in the crafting community. And I thought, well, instead of typing up all these directions on how, you know how much I love sitting at a computer, instead of typing up all these instructions, because my blog post would take like an hour or two to make, it was crazy. I'm thinking I could just do a quick video and show them how to do it. It would be easier to understand and be great for everyone. So my second tip is show, don't tell. So instead of me explaining for 3 minutes before I actually start the project, I just jump right in with my project. And that way you're getting their attention right off the bat. They're not going to tune you out. And it's just making a better use of your time in theirs. My next tip number 3, would be authentic, be yourself. And it may sound weird, but this takes practice. Because when I first started, I was kind of shy. I didn't dare to show my face because I was worried about internet weirdos, and you know, it's hard to be yourself in front of a camera. I know it sounds weird, but this is like if you meet me in person and talk to me, this is how I talk. I'm excited, I talk fast, I am wound up. So if you watch those first videos, I sound very shy and meek, and it's just completely different. It's funny. I leave them up just because I think it's an interesting journey. Sometimes I like to go back and see where people started because, you know, you see how far they've come with practice, and it's kind of encouraging, I think, anyway. Use what you have. That's my tip number 4. I actually wrote a numbered list. I'm not even going in order. Is use what you have. So nowadays there's so many things that you have that take videos. Your iPods, your iPads, your phones, your point and shoot camera. That's actually what I started with, just my little point and click camera. All these things take videos and have microphones, and you can use them to do your videos. Upgrade when it's necessary, but when you're getting your practice in, use what you have. Don't go out and buy a $1,000 camera if you're just getting started. You may not like it, and it may be too complicated and unrealistic to use. The camera that I'm shooting with right now is one I paid $129 for at Best Buy. I just bit myself on the lip. That's be authentic people. And I liked it. It's a Samsung, I think it's F90, and I like it because it has a pause feature. So often when I'm doing my tutorials, I hit the pause button, I go get you know, a pair of scissors or whatever else it is I need, and then I can pause it again and keep going. Or if I have to wait for something to dry, it's a really handy feature, and that's why I chose that camera. And I'm really happy with it, and it wasn't, you know, $1,000. But if you have a smartphone, it's even easier. I picked up this, it was a selfie stick. I bought it in Boston this weekend at the Museum of Science. It was $9.99. So for under 10 bucks, I have this mount that has this threaded thing. See, it just kind of pops up, and it's supposed to screw on top of the selfie stick, but I thought, you know what, I can put this right on my tripod, the tripod that's holding my camera right now, screw it right into the hot foot, and then film vertically. I can also tip my tripod down so I can film right over my desk, and I do have a video on how I set up for filming right over my work surface. It's a real fancy stick that's screwed to my ceiling. I know, I'm telling you, a professional operation here, but you know, it definitely gives you some ideas on how you can film your craft tutorials and not spend a lot of money and be resourceful with what you already have, because there aren't really a lot of videos out there that are geared towards the how-to and crafting community. Most of them are geared to more like quick viral videos that do well on YouTube, but the how-to videos, you can be a little longer, you can take a little more time, you can put out some really meaty content, which is I think important in the how-to space. My last tip, number 5, is practice and experiment. Experiment with your lighting. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lights on here. The 9 or 10, I might have counted one twice. So 9 or 10 lights. I could get a suntan if there were suntan lights, but they're not. So pasty pale me, sorry about that. But you know, you have to practice on how you're setting up your lights to avoid glare, but yet get a really bright look. You're gonna have to practice with where you want to shoot. Like I happen to like shooting here with my big old cluttery mess behind me, because I always think it's interesting. I love to look at artist studios and think, what do they have over there? You know, that's something I like. I don't have a professional looking studio with everything upholstered in white that you could possibly use, because you would make a huge mess the second you opened a bottle of alcohol, Link, and it would all be over. So, you know, I have a very real studio, and I think that's what's great about YouTube, is that you can totally be yourself and be real. And people really respond to that. They respond to the connection that you make with somebody when you look in the camera and you talk to them. So the other thing that I would mention, I completely forgot. Totally blew my, what the heck? Oh, I was going to talk about another thing. If you are a you know, an artist, jewelry maker, you have like an online shop, I think doing tutorials where you show your process and how you create things is actually a huge benefit. Because if I'm looking at your online gallery and I see a painting that I'm interested in buying, and then I see a video on how you made it, that is making that painting more valuable to me, because I'm seeing the time and the effort that you put into it. I'm kind of like lifting up the skirt. I'm seeing everything that went into that painting, and to me that makes it more valuable. Just like when you're at a craft fair and you're explaining to somebody how you created this work or why you created this work, it makes them more engaged and invested in that piece, and therefore more likely to buy it and appreciate it. So I know some people will be like, well, if I showed them how I made it, they're not going to buy it, they're just going to make it themselves. I don't think that is often the case. Sure, some people will say, oh, that's how you make a bird nest jewelry, I'm gonna make that myself, why would I buy that? But other people will say, well, I'm not going to the store, finding all those materials and making it. It's gonna cost me more to make it myself because I don't have all your resources than it is for me just to buy the one that you made. In most cases, people are appreciative that you're sharing, and that makes them more likely to want to buy from you and support you, because you are somebody who is sharing so freely. I think that's about it. I want to thank you so much for watching. Good luck if you're starting a YouTube channel. I hope that it's very successful and you build a wonderful, supportive community around your artwork. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.